Yeah. We back.
All right, so we're out here at this house that we just sold, and this lead came in. They wanted a really easy sale. They didn't want to deal with realtors, attorneys, showings, all that shit, and they wanted 150 grand. So
we'd be able to get you probably 155 at closing. We would have to find a buyer, a couple people that we already have in mind that would be interested in that property, that we would be able to sell to for a little bit more money, and then then we make the difference.
Appreciate this. Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay.
So we agreed to 150 grand. We found a buyer, a cash buyer, for 225. So we set it up as a same-day double closing, 150 to 225. The only problem is we have an underground oil tank here. We told the buyer about it. He decided to do a soil test, which we recommended, and it came back that this oil tank is leaking. We made a deal with the end buyer that we'll pay for the tank removal, we'll pay for the soil remediation, and that's probably going to be about 10 grand. We told them we pay for it. We went back to the seller, we got that 10 grand credit from them, so we ended up breaking even on that part. And what else is interesting is we had the option to try to fix and flip this house, to renovate it, do all that crazy shit, because we're in an expensive town. It would have been a year-long project. We would have had to knock this whole thing down, build a big house. We didn't want to do any of that shit. So instead, we just flipped it as is to an owner-occupant buyer. His plan is actually to demo this entire house and build a primary residence on it, because we're in a nice, fancy town. So he's going to build like this big, fancy 3,500 square foot house. Kind of looks something like that one right there.
Now how did I go?
The cash same-day double closing. We bought it for 150 and we sold it for 225.
I'm unassisted, young and gifted, not to mention living a life that all you bums insisted I wouldn't remember that. I promise y'all gon' be